Mixed Morning.
In March, the city of Clovis will hold a municipal election with 6 contested races. The races include 4 city commission seats, 1 magistrate judge position, and the election of a new mayor. Last night, 16 candidates filed into the Clovis Carver Library to share why they would be the best fit for each position. Rooney Moon Broadcasting hosted a political forum that lasted approximately 2.5 hours, including breaks and equal airtime to each candidate on the sister station Big 1015. The forum was broken down into 3 blocks, starting with the 5 mayoral candidates. Questions were submitted online, and each candidate was given 1 minute to answer them to the best of their ability. You can bet that the very first issue addressed by every candidate was the water situation, as well as economic growth in Clovis. Other questions addressed public safety, infrastructure, and sustaining relationships among Cannon Air Force Base and the community. Early voting started on February 4th, and the election will be held on Tuesday, March 3rd. The Clovis Police Department will be conducting sobriety checkpoints and DWI saturation patrols on Friday. Officers will be specifically targeting alcohol and drug-impaired drivers. New Mexico airports are receiving $1.5 million in grant funding. Among the list of airports receiving this funding will be Portales. Carlsbad, Hatch, Deming, Carrizozo, Gallup, and Espanola airports are also among those receiving the grant. The investment is part of a $520 million national grant for the nation's airports. The money from the U.S. Department of Transportation will go towards safety and infrastructure. New Mexico's Democrat-led legislature is haggling over annual spending priorities while racing to lock in significant policy initiatives on public safety, education funding, tobacco regulation, and incentives for infrastructure investments as a 30-day annual legislation session ends today. The state Senate yesterday approved a $7.6 billion budget plan that would increase general fund spending by nearly 8% for the fiscal year starting July 1st. It passed on a 35-7 vote. The budget plan hikes spending on public schools by $216 million and increases salaries for most teachers and state employees by 4%. A surge in oil production has provided an $800 million increase in state general fund income. A 30-day legislative session in New Mexico has produced bills that bolster restrictions on firearms, underwrite college tuition, shore up a pension fund for government workers, and expand state oversight of vaping and e-cigarette sales. However, a bid to legalize recreational marijuana fell flat. Final decisions on the proposal and a $7.6 billion annual budget that includes an increase of nearly 8% in state spending are now in the hands of Democratic Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham. The Curry County Fair has announced country superstar Aaron Watson will perform at the Centennial Fair in Clovis. Watson will headline the fair's Country Night on Saturday, August 15th at the Curry County Event Center. Watson's impressive independent music career has been proclaimed as a self-made success. The country singer has recorded a total of 12 studio albums, including The Underdog, which proclaimed Watson as the first independent male artist to debut at #1 on Billboard's Top Country Albums. His 2017 album, Vaquero, included his hit track, Out of Style, which introduced Watson to a top 10 on the Billboard Country Airplay chart. The single won a BMI Awards for most radio airplays in 2017 and the BMI Millionaire Award. His most recent album, Red Bandana, is a 20-song album released in 2019. The statewide gas price average in New Mexico is $2.38 for a gallon of regular unleaded fuel, according to the AAA New Mexico Weekend Gas Watch. That price is 8 cents more than this day last week and 19 cents more per gallon on this day last year. The national average price for a gallon of regular unleaded is $2.46, which is 3 cents more compared to this day last week and 10 cents more than the price per gallon at the same time last year. And New Mexico's Attorney General sued Google Thursday over allegations the tech company is illegally collecting personal data generated by children in violation of federal and state laws. The lawsuit filed in U.S. District Court in Albuquerque claims Google is using its education services package that is marketed to school districts, teachers, and parents as a way to spy on children and their families. Attorney General Hector Balderas says that while the company touts Google Education as a valuable tool for resource-deprived schools, it is a means to monitor children while they browse the internet in the classroom and at home on private networks. He said the information being mined includes everything from physical locations to website visited, videos watched, saved passwords, and contact lists. For more news as it happens, click yournews.nm.com.